Hello friends, in this module of Physical Education and Sports Pedagogy, we will learn about managing behavior. Preventing misbehavior from the outset can make a real difference to the successful management of classroom behavior. Let's start with preventive measures. There are 6 key strategies that teachers can use as preventive measures. The first one is the ripple effect. The ripple effect occurs when the teacher corrects misbehavior in one student and this positively influences the behavior of other nearby students. The ripple effect is influenced by the clarity and firmness of the correction, and the effect is greater when the teacher clearly names the unacceptable behavior and gives the reason for the desist. Number 2 is wittiness. Wittiness means being with it, is an awareness of what occurring in all parts of the classroom at all times, often referred to as having the eyes in the back of your head. To be effective, the students must perceive that the teacher really knows what is going on in the classroom. Now number 3 is overlapping. Overlapping is when the teacher can attend 2 or more events within the classroom at the same time. For example, the teacher can give a student individual feedback in one area of the classroom and simultaneously offer a quick word of encouragement to students who are working at another learning center. Fourth in the list, transitions. Students' behavior is influenced by the smoothness and effectiveness of transitions between tasks in a lesson. Failure to gain the students' attention, unclear and confusing directions using lengthy explanations, dwelling too much on the details rather than focusing on key points, and allowing students to take too much time moving from one task to the next contribution to students' misbehavior. And fifth in the list is group focus or alerting. Group focus or alerting is when the teacher is able to keep the whole class engaged and alert students to new learning or upcoming change. The ability to keep the members of the class or group paying attention to the task is essential in maintaining an efficient classroom and reducing students' misbehavior. Sixth one on the list is cessation. Cessation is when the teacher knows when students have had enough and notices signs of boredom. When students experience cessation or boredom, other behaviors emerge. Students may introduce variations in the task, work mechanically on the task without giving it much thought, or try to create some excitement through fooling around with a classmate or engaging in other forms of misbehavior. How to respond to misbehavior? Misbehavior and misunderstanding can still occur even when an effective teacher anticipates and monitors students' learning and behavior. It's quite vital to handle misbehavior promptly so it cannot continue and spread. Ideally, teachers handle any misbehavior without unnecessarily disrupting the class or the lesson. Continue while the misbehavior is handled. You must remember the following to handle the misbehavior by a student efficiently. Avoid power struggles. It is important that the authority figure in the classroom, that is generally a teacher, doesn't engage in power struggle with the students. So it is always best to redirect a power-seeking student's behavior by offering some positions or responsibility or decision making to that particular student. Address the behavior, not the character of the student. The teacher has the power to build or destroy students' self-concept and personal relationships. Good communications address the situations directly, letting the students decide whether their behavior is consistent with what they expect of themselves. Next in the list, prevent escalations. Students who are displaying hostile or aggressive behavior should be given time to cool off before any attempt is made to resolve the situation. Next, give the students time to calm down, talk to them with the student privately and rationally discussing the problem. Behavior enhances the possibility of a constructive resolution. Confrontation with an unwilling, hostile or aggressive student could lead to the escalation of an issue. We have discussed about the preventive measures to be taken by the teacher to avoid misbehavior. Friends, we are sure that you have learned some new things in this module.